Did you say Mel Tillis or Mel Tillis? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Mel Tillis!
Well, I signed an autograph there not too long ago, and there was a fellow in line, he was about 15 on down the line, and he hollered out, "Mel Tillis, I paid $34 to hear you stutter, and you ain't stuttered one damn bit." And I said, "I'm trying to quit, sir."
That's awesome. Well, go ahead and have a seat right there for me. You're hilarious. So.
Yes, you know, when I first went to Nashville, boy, I really stuttered bad. And I signed on as a songwriter for Webb Pierce's company. And they paid me $50 a week against the draw. And when the money started coming in, they took that out. So actually, they hired me for nothing. But I was a songwriter, and Mr. Denny was a part owner of that company, Cedarwood Publishing Company, and he also had a booking agency. And one of his acts was Minnie Pearl. And Minnie was going out and do the fair dates all over the Midwest. Iowa, Kansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, all over the Midwest. And she needed a rhythm guitar player and a singer. And Mr. Denny put me with her. And then I found out that she needed a fiddle player. Well, I had met a fiddle player at the coffee shop there on 7th and Union. And his name was Roger Miller. And he said he played the fiddle. I said, "Can you play?" He said, "Yeah, I can play." And anyway, I went back and I told them about him, and they hired him. And we went out on the road, and I couldn't even talk hardly in those days. And Roger would introduce my song, and I'd sing it. And then he'd come back out there and said, "Mel Tillis said thank you." That's the truth. And one day, Minnie Pearl, and she'd been over there watching, back at the outdoor. And I went over there and I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Melvin," she said, "I see that you have a little problem speaking." I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Well, if you're going to be in our business, you need to introduce your own song. And then you need to thank them. And then after the show, you need to sign autographs." And I said, "Miss Minnie, I said, I can't do that." I said, "They'll laugh at me." And she said, "No, they won't, Melvin, they'll laugh with you." And I started talking on stage. And the next thing I knew, I did 17 Johnny Carson shows, Ryan Douglas shows, the Merv Griffin shows, and Dean Martin shows, the Hollywood Squares. I did them all. And 13 movies. And Miss Minnie was right.
Yep, she was.
And I started talking on stage. People, they think that it's something that I use. I don't use it. When I was out there on the Glen Campbell Good Time Hour, they would write little stuff for me to say. Didn't put the stutter in there.
Are you serious?
I said, "I might not even stutter on that word. Take that thing out of there." But you know, over the years, the more I talked on stage, and Miss Minnie was right, the less I stuttered. And it's still hard for me to read something. I still have a problem reading orally. And that's why I read silent.
That's awesome. So you were also involved in the SAY organization, which is for people actually who have that challenge, who have stuttering.
The Stuttering Foundation of America, yeah. And I've got a painting, you put it up on the little phone there, a painting called Masonic America. And I've raised $88,000 for the speech and hearing clinic for the Stuttering Foundation of America, and I'm proud of that.
Wow.
And you put it up sometime, you'll see it.
I'll look for it, yeah,
Mel
sure.
Tillis art. And not only will you see that picture, but you see a lot of my paintings that I do. I do that too.
Wow.
And,
So will we see those in a